It's about to go live.
Yeah, I see the notification. Meeting is now streaming live on Facebook.
Alright. Welcome to Buffalo After Dark. It is June 27th. Wow, we have a holiday next weekend. Anyways, I'm Tom Wujek from the Tom Wujek Show. Got Buffalo Bob here in the corner. Got Big and Sean down here in the bottom as well. How's everyone doing tonight?
I'm doing okay. I mean, I'm wearing my team of sadness for tonight's episode for baseball night.
Yeah, there you go. What's up, Sean?
Not much, man. Just sitting back, relaxing, representing my multi-time World Series champions.
Oh, I knew you had to throw that in there.
I feel sorry to get back at Bob.
Right. No, I know, and it's like even though I'm wearing Mets garb, and I know he is too. I mean, I knew you were gonna throw that in there and bust the ball a little bit. Welcome everybody. So, and just so everybody knows too, of course, we're not going to have the show next week. We're actually going to take the weekend off, so of course you guys can enjoy it with your family as well. But got a couple of things we're going to talk about. Of course, it's baseball night here on the show, so we're going to focus a lot on that. But we did have quite a bit of things that happened both in hockey, and then I know, Sean, you're going to talk about Dr. Disrespect a little bit later also. But the first thing we want to talk about, of course, the NHL draft was last night, and anyone who ended up watching the NHL draft saw that the Buffalo Sabres got shafted again with the 8th pick.
Well, I will say it was the biggest crock of shit I've seen in a while. That's for sure. I mean, the whole setup was just a gigantic clusterfuck because it's almost like you think that going into the draft lottery, you would think either Ottawa or Detroit was going to get the first overall pick, right? Because that's what they do every year. And then all of a sudden, it's like, okay, we have 8 teams. And Bill Daly, right before the presentation of the lottery, he's like, oh, we have a playoff team in the draft lottery. And I'm like, oh, here we go. Here's phase 2. And the balls go by, the odds went by or whatever. And the next thing you know, it's like with the 8th selection, the Buffalo Sabres. I was like, well, that escalated quickly. And then right after, we're watching the draft and whatever. Ottawa was chosen to go at numbers 3 and 5, but the first overall pick is going to a team that's pretty much being qualified for the playoffs. So now my thinking is for the teams that are qualifying for the playoffs are probably going to tank on purpose just so they can get Alex Lafreniere.
Oh, yeah, that one surprised me one bit. And yet, then a lot of people remember the tweet that came out this week where it was a fake tweet, but basically where Alex ended up mentioning that he definitely did not want to come to Buffalo.
Who, Lafreniere?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, he said that?
There was a fake tweet that came out basically saying, sure as hell not Buffalo.
It was fake, so why would anybody take that into consideration?
Exactly. But there are some people that are for some reason.
Well, people do it for attention, Tom. You got to take things to an accountable because if you tell the wrong people, they're going to think it's real.
Right, exactly. And then actually the funny thing is, too, is we're actually getting some live comments so far. So,
like what?
On Facebook. So shout out to Andy Van Mary. He says, hey, boys, we got unlucky number 8 again.
She's got a good point.
It's got a good point there. And Yeah, and actually one of the things we're going to do a little bit different tonight, too, is because we are live on the Facebook as well as we're going to have it up on YouTube later. But since we're actually streaming live right now, if anyone has anything that they want to chime in on, feel free. It's almost kind of like our old show After the Horn, except for the fact that we're actually doing our late night show.
Yeah, but nobody really winds around the horn anymore. Sorry, Tom. I have to throw the shade in there, buddy. Hey, guys, this is Tom Woodson. Please make sure you comment on my video. Me pissing on everybody. I know. You just love to hate me. Oh, wait. I forgot. What were you going to say, Tom? I'm sorry.
No, go for it.
Yeah. And anybody who's watching the show for a while, and this is the first ever live stream on Facebook. For anybody who doesn't really know, every week I like to throw in a new object or a new item to present, like show and tell on the show every week, just to get a good laugh out of people.
Yeah, who's your sponsor tonight?
And tonight's sponsor is by Dude Wipes. Dude Wipes, the wipes you can wipe your ass with, especially if you have hair. We all do, let's be honest.
Oh man! And then we got a couple more comments that came in. Also, John Rogers, one of my friends from the Carolinas, he says Sabres will be great again. I hope so.
Yeah, tell him he's fucking delusional if he thinks the Sabres are going to be good again at some point.
He's a good guy. Here says, after a few good trades and signings, they may be good again. Well, it's going to take some work. John says, trust the process like the Bills. Well, if the speculation comes true about Ralph Kruger becoming president of hockey operations and having a new head coach come in, maybe we'll see some progress.
Maybe, but I'm pretty sure he's not alone when it comes to using dude wipes. I'm pretty sure Ralph wipes his ass every night before every game and says, I gotta come up with a plan. Dude wipes.
Oh man! And then for everyone that was paying attention to hockey this week too, Kevin Adams actually decided to start rebuilding his scouting department, and he only has 2 people that nobody knows about.
Yeah, well, I mean, one guy got promoted, one guy stayed, but he got promoted. So I guess it's a win-win for both. But the people that got hired, or at least they were promoted, the 2 people on the spot were the assistant director of scouting and director of analytics is Jason Nightingale. He's staying on board. And then the new director of scouting is Jeremiah Crow, who worked for the Sabres previously. I forget what role, but yeah. Crow will oversee both the pro and amateur scouting, and these moves should begin to lead more to data-based decision-making in an area where the Sabres felt to be behind in previous regimes. And then just last week, GM Kevin Adams touched on wanting more crossover between analytics and scouting, which is Nightingale's promotion from solely working at analytics to working at Scout 2 will begin in that process.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so basically in layman's terms, apparently Botterill didn't give a crap about advanced stats or anything like that. He decided to kind of go with his gut, and look what happened.
Well, in this case, if I were him, it would be like, oh, it's a situation where I didn't want to be smart and bring in actual people to do the job.
Right. And, of course, everyone knows that anyone who's followed the Sabres, they need a lot of work. They need work, and they need to rebuild their scouting department. They need to rebuild video scouting. They need to do all this stuff and try to actually get somewhere where they might actually have a layman's chance in hell of getting somewhere.
And you know where else they have to go? Somewhere over the rainbow.
Nice. So, of course, anyone who wants to chime in about it, feel free. We got the comments up and running. I've got it up on the other screen. So
please, I'm a jokester.
Yeah, as we see it, we'll talk about it. And, of course, feel free to give Bobby some love here with his jokes. So, feel free.
Fuck you, Jennifer. How about that? That's going to be your new name for the evening is Jennifer.
What?
Yeah, because you look like a Jennifer.
I know.
Rather than a Karen, you're a Jennifer.
I ain't a Karen. Trust me.
Jennifer.
The names people come up with these days.
Yeah, really. Although I'm kind of surprised that Bobby hasn't razzed you yet about being the Yankees fan, because of course that's a team he despises more than anybody.
Well, I hate them, and I hate the Phillies. I don't hate them. I don't hate a lot of baseball teams, but there are a few teams I hate, and one of them is without a doubt the Yankees. And of course, wait for all the people to come in with these comments saying, "Oh, you're a Met fan. You shouldn't be talking." I'm a Yankee fan, and I lived in fucking Amherst my whole life. I'm like,
well, they be right.
You could very well be right, but there are some people. There are some people who like the Mets, right? Look, I got a guy that lives in Lockport. He's wearing a fucking Mets hat right now.
Yeah, that I bought when I was down there with you.
Hell yeah. And
although you follow the Yankees too.
Oh, fuck the Yankees. And then we have an asshole on my right with wearing a Yankees jersey or a Yankees shirt, whatever you want to call it, and he's living in the middle of Georgia. It's like, have you been to a Yankee game?
I have to confess, I have not. I don't know. It's just another shocker. Yeah, I know. I've never been to a Yankees game. I've never even been to a New York Knicks game. And for all the years I've lived in New York, I should have been to at least one of them.
Well, here's my advice. Get started, because you never know what you're going to get across. And I'm going to tell you this from experience, because I live in this area. I can certainly tell you for a fact that Citi Field is much more like a baseball stadium than Yankee Stadium. Yankee Stadium is more, it's more crafted to be like a museum, if you get what I'm saying. It's more like going into a Yankees Hall of Fame, but there's some baseball being played in the background.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, all the World Series that they've won throughout their franchise. So,
yep.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much that. And I've been telling Tom for years now, for a couple of years. Whenever I tell them, you want to come down to Long Island, I said, let's go to a Met game together, whether they're playing the Yankees or another team, get a couple of people, and we can get Mets tickets. And, of course, this coronavirus pandemic happened a few months back, and it's still going on, of course. But, there are people that want to travel to go see some baseball. But, again, going forward, you can't just, isolate everybody from not going to the games because, you need an accomplice for your fan base and your support and whatever. So when all this blows over, I assure you that we'll plan something out next summer and go to a Met game at Citi Field.
Yeah, we can definitely go do that, and yeah, that'll be totally fine. And then that actually brings the second topic in the hot box tonight, and that is baseball's coming back.
Absolutely,
Yep.
Absolutely. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, so spring training starts July 1st, and then the opening weekend is going to be July 23rd, 24th.
Yeah, well, July 24th, just to start off. But, yeah, it's a good start for sure, but it's 60 games. But you know what? It's baseball, and, 60 games or nothing. It was just such a shit show that they could have probably had more games if they weren't being so greedy in terms of money and how they were dealing with designated hitters and stuff like that. So, really, this could have been completely blown out of proportion, but they completely did. So, it doesn't surprise me one bit that they were even considering that.
Yeah, and a lot of times, I mean, again, we had the players' union and everybody getting involved with it, and then, of course, the prorated salary issue and everything going on. So that's kind of what set it back a little bit. But, I mean, it's good to see everything worked out.
For sure. And you know what? Before they all travel on the road, they should also take a pack of dude wipes with them. And guys, if you're watching this stream, I rest assure you, these are so comfortable for your asshole. So the next time you take a shit, get a pack of these. There's 6 of these you can get on Amazon for like $10. Do it. I was recommended these a while back from a friend of mine, and yeah, they seem to work very well for me. And so if you have a pleasant ass wipe, I don't know what you put in your stomach and you shit out later, this is good stuff.
Oh, jeez. Probably takes care of that hot Thai food you have, huh?
What Thai food?
Yeah, I know last week you had like Thai food with you, didn't you?
That was a week ago.
Yeah, probably took care of that all nice and well, didn't it?
Oh please, yeah, I know. I mean, it's the worst way to waste these wipes is when you're eating really, really hot, spicy food.
I don't even want to know where that's gonna go.
Imagine eating a hot chicken wing and you have to wipe your ass with dude wipes, and you're like, ah! And you're just like spraying out fire from your ass, and then as you try to go wipe, I know. It's one of those nights where it's just like, oh boy, here we go. We're gonna be dealt with jokes night and night, night and day, night out, whatever you want to accomplish to be. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yep.
But no, it'll definitely be good to see baseball back. I mean, it's one of those things. It's grown on me, last few years, especially with starting to get more involved with it. And I mean, it'll definitely be good to at least see sports in some form back finally. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen with like letting people into the stands or anything like that yet. I mean, I haven't really read a whole lot about it, but I mean, still, at least it's something. At least we'll have something instead of all these reruns and virtual sports we've been watching.
Yeah, and on top of all that, hockey starts around the same time as well.
Yeah, very true. And I was going to say, now, Sean, with you being down in the Atlanta area, I mean, have you heard anything about the Braves or anything that they're doing yet?
No, not really. No, I don't really care. So I just focus on my Yankees.
I could see Sean dialogue. He's like, yo, what's up, guys? This is Big Fish Matt here. I'm a Yankee fan. I live in Atlanta. I don't really care about the Braves, man. I like to just stick to what I have, and I don't like to play horror games. So just go on with your life there.
Although, I do have to admit, though, I mean, I would actually not mind seeing the game in Atlanta at some point. Just something about, I mean, even though I never got a chance to see hockey down there, I've always wanted to see the Hawks play at least once, and I've always wanted to see the Braves play at least once down there.
I mean, I wouldn't mind going to a Braves or a Hawks game, but because that's true. I still have to go to one, but I'm not in any rush.
Yeah, I would much if I'm gonna go to Atlanta, I would probably go for a Braves game, but I would more importantly go down for a Falcons game.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
We're in the dome down there. I mean, that would definitely be nice. And actually, it's weird. I totally forgot about them. Just even with what I said too. But I mean, the Falcons. I mean, that would actually be probably the team worth seeing the most.
Probably. I mean, anytime when everybody thinks about Atlanta sports, the first one that always comes up are either the Braves or the Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's usually what most people, compensate by. But most people in Atlanta are 9 times out of 10 going to be Falcons fans.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
And I'm sure they also use Dude wipes.
Well, I'm sure they do.
After LeBron. I haven't even seen what Cleveland's been doing, but I know they're doing like a full-scale rebuild of their team after LeBron left. And then, of course, they had their coach that left. Now they have another head coach. I'm like, they're just in total rebuild mode at this point.
Yeah, for the most part, I think, for retrospective. But I think one thing we definitely got to keep in mind is who wins the World Series.
That'd be interesting. A little bit of a different playoff format. And Sean, you've got an idea here. I see you're wanting to say something.
I'm just saying. I'm just answering Bob's question here.
All right, Sean's prediction is the Yankees right off the bat.
The 128.
He's pointing to that 27 World Championships banner he's got.
Yeah.
Soon to be 28.
You weren't even born when they won the other 21 or 22 World Series.
I don't care. I was still born when we won 5 World Series. That's still 3 more than your Mets have won.
At least.
Well, the other thing too, of course. I mean, let's see. You had, in all fairness, Sean. I mean, let's see. You had Giambi. You had the Rocket for a while. When Randy Johnson could throw like the 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Let's see.
Mr. October. You also had Reggie Jackson on your team in the 80s and 90s. And you had some phenom named Derek Jeter on your team too.
The captain.
Yeah.
My favorite Yankees player of all time.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, no kidding. I mean, Jeter did a lot. Sabathia, damn good pitcher too. I mean, I gotta give him props on that.
Yep.
Yeah, at least my team didn't lose to the fucking Marlins in a World Series.
Oh God.
Yeah, so eat shit while you can.
Yeah, the Marlins win 1 World Series and then they're totally irrelevant again.
2.
Right.
They won 2.
So it's still irrelevant.
Yeah. That's true. I mean, the Mets are more relevant than the Marlins.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And that's saying a lot.
Yeah, Marlins built a whole new stadium, and they still can't even fill it.
You're better off hearing pins drop at Tropicana Field. Oh, no, that's Tampa Bay. Whatever the new Marlins stadium is.
But, yeah, the Marlins, I mean, they built a brand-new stadium that nobody can get to. They built, in the stadium itself, they have, like, this big-ass swimming pool or something out in, like, the middle of, like, left field or whatever. And it's like they put all this stuff in to try and make all the fans stay there. It's like, no one even bothers anyways, because the team's irrelevant.
Well, I mean, I don't know who's more relevant, them or the Florida Panthers.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Yeah, I took shots.
More relevant, quite honestly.
Well, who's more irrelevant is the question.
Right.
That's a tough one to answer.
Yeah, I mean, Florida Panthers can't get fans in the stands. And
at least the Florida Panthers can make the playoffs.
Right.
Yeah, at least the Florida Panthers can make the playoffs.
That's true.
True.
That's true.
So that is for sure.
Although it was pretty funny though when they were drawing less than 10,000 fans a game for like a 20,000 seat arena.
Well, you can't really fill much of a gap with those kind of things. Oh, and if there's one other thing I will say, too, is that I wanted to just congratulate the Florida Panthers for overpaying for a 32-year-old Sergei Bobrovsky.
Yeah, what was up with that move?
Oh, I don't know. maybe they want to build a cup contender pretty quickly, and even still they're mediocre. Just because you bring in Coach Q and just because you bring in Sergei Bobrovsky, you think you're hot shit. But keep in mind, I'm also an Islander fan, so the last time I checked, the Islanders swept the Florida Panthers in the regular season.
Mm-hmm. Right. I mean, and who else? And who else do the Panthers have? Just Aaron Ekblad out of all people. I mean, they don't really have much to go on.
On their defense now, the Florida Panthers are just absolute trash on defense. And last time, I haven't heard Aaron Ekblad's name in like 5 years, and he's still on that, and he's still stuck on the contract for like 4 more years.
Yeah, well, I mean, they extended him pretty quickly once he ended up coming onto the team and everything. And I mean, yeah, he's done some good stuff for him. I mean, but the problem is that it's like us here with the Sabres. They haven't built right.
Well, yeah, of course anybody will say, yeah, you're a Sabres fan. I'm like, well, look at you. You're a fucking Florida Panthers fan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's really weird how everything is about with those guys.
That's true. I mean, South Florida sports, I mean, pretty much the only team that anyone cares about is the Miami Heat.
Or the Dolphins. You forgot about them, too.
Yeah, I still consider them somewhat irrelevant, although they are actually finally starting to pick up the pace a little bit. Although technically, they're not going to do anything
I would
for
not.
a while.
I wouldn't even say the Dolphins have picked up the pieces. You can't just go by because of what they picked up in the draft and then tanking for a whole year or two. You can't go by that and say, oh, the Dolphins are amazing. Well, no, you got to prove that on the field before you say anything about it.
Very true. And here's the thing I'm thinking is that Tagliavola, I mean, they still need to get some people around them, and they haven't really done that yet. And plus, I mean, brand new rookie quarterback, I mean, it's going to take them at least 3 years to really get the swing of things.
Well, let's put it this way. I mean, you're relying on Ryan Fitzpatrick of all people. I'm just saying.
Patrick.
Yeah, that's a name that I haven't heard in a while.
Yeah, never liked the dude with the big-ass fake beard when he was up here.
Fake beard? What the hell are you talking about? He always had a full-on beard.
Yeah, no, just like he tried to like make it like it was even worse than my Corona beard when I had my full beard for a while, like for the first 3 episodes.
Well, let's put it this way: you look like a misogynist troll with that beard for a little while. We should be living in a
Hey,
well.
at least I don't need beard oil; it's all natural.
Hey, listen. All right, at least I was able to admit that I could trim my beard for a little bit and then grow it back and make it sexier for the summer. But we were like, just like that for a little while.
Yeah. Well, that's not what your girlfriend said about everything.
Oh.
Take it easy, Humpty Dumpty.
Yeah. She said you needed to up your beard oil percentage by like 100.
Yeah, when I can tickle her, go. Josh is like, oh my god.
Man, you left yourself open for that one. but actually, there was a couple of things that I know Sean wanted to talk about too. One we were going to talk about is Dr. Disrespect, which of course he was banned from Twitter. And then there was a big thing in the WWE this past week with The Undertaker deciding to retire. So Sean, go with them.
Yeah, man. Dr. Disrespect permanently banned from Twitch. That came out of nowhere. They announced it last night. And yet they've yet to give a reason, because I haven't heard anything from what he did this year. But like, it's just crazy, man. The dude got over 4 million followers on Twitch, 4 million, and for stuff like this to happen, and with all the allegations going on in the streaming community now, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, it is.
Ugh.
Yeah, there's just so much stuff going on. And I mean, even one of the people I remember, it's actually a friend of mine, the Joe Cronin show. I mean, I remember even he has thousands of followers, and he actually does a lot of wrestling too. And he was actually permanently banned from Twitter, and he was actually somewhat able to get a presence back. But I remember the one time he was banned from YouTube, and he ended up losing a good percentage of his followers, and he's getting a couple thousand a night that are watching his shows and everything. And I mean, it's weird. It's like, I almost think it's like Twitter, Twitch, all platforms, they're banning people so quick now without even having a reason.
For real.
In a lot of cases, I don't get it.
I mean,
I don't get it
I don't even listen to those guys, to tell you the truth. I mean, I've heard of them, you know, Ninja, Dr. Disrespect, Mr. Beast, whatever the fuck you say his name. I don't even know who half of those people do for their lives. I mean, all they do is just make millions of dollars by just sitting on their asses and just playing video games for other people to watch because they don't know how to fucking play a video game, so they watch someone else to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, Sean. Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Hey, I personally got no problem with them doing that, you know, but yeah, it's just. I mean, yeah, I get it. I mean, Dr. Disrespect did a couple, you know, bad things in the last few years, but come on, I don't know, man. I hope they come up with, they have a good reason why they why they banned them, and something else I want to talk about real quick. You guys heard of Jenna Marbles?
Jenna who?
Yeah.
Jenna Marbles.
Never heard of her.
Yeah, she's a famous YouTuber. She's got like around 20 million subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
She put out a video saying that she was leaving Twitter, leaving YouTube, probably for good,
mm-hmm.
because apparently cancel culture strikes again. They bring up her old videos from 2011, and where she did what they did a quote unquote blackface. It wasn't even a blackface. She was just tan. Like she was doing like a Nicki Minaj video or something like that. And I'm like, come on, man, you really gonna bring up stuff from make her bring up stuff from years ago, for real? You want to cancel her for that? And I mean, also on the other hand, she's other people saying that she chose to quit YouTube, but I have a feeling there was more to it than that, man. Because come on, and I can't tell you, I can't stress enough how much I hate cancel culture right now.
Yeah,
I can't.
I hear you. I mean, and
so freaking dumb.
Yeah, Jenna's not the only one either. I mean, earlier this past week, I mean, they had a whole thing with Jimmy Kimmel where they wanted to cancel him because
I read about that too.
Yeah, and then there was a whole thing with besides Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon when he did a blackface skit back on SNL like over 10 years ago, and I'm like, really?
Why?
And then, yeah, there was that. Then, of course, the show Cops got canceled after 31 years or 32
I heard about that.
And then Live PD got canceled. I'm like, what are you? And then, of course, then some of these people are being like, oh, let's cancel a cartoon Paw Patrol that's meant for kids because there's a police dog. I mean,
police dog, right? I'm like, you're attacking a kid's show.
Right.
Come on.
Like, I don't just tag the bubble puppies and just blame somebody for looking like a mermaid. Jesus Christ.
Right. I know. It's nuts, like what's happening. And it's like, I mean, you know, the shows are for entertainment. I mean, come on.
It's like cancel culture is taking over everything.
I have a better idea. I have a better idea. Why don't we go bitch to the NHL and complain about the name New Jersey Devils? Sir, why do you want to change the name? Because I worship the devil, okay? I worship it, and it's offended me.
Oh,
yeah.
I know. It's like,
oh my gosh,
are we gonna have like teams like be forced to change names again? Like, remember, like less than 5 years ago. Remember when the whole cancel culture was going on, and then of course we had to be PC with everybody, and then certain people were saying, "Oh, well, we need to change the Redskins name for the Washington Redskins." That's been approached.
That just came up again recently.
Yeah. I've yet to hear anything else from that.
It happens every few years.
I tell you, man, people these days want to complain about everything, literally everything.
Right.
And I'm like, ugh. And they want to bring up stuff from years ago, bring it up to light today, try to ruin someone's career, someone's life.
Right. Well, it reminds me, like a long time ago. This was probably like 5 years ago. A famous celebrity chef that was on the Food Network, Paula Deen. They were bringing up stuff that she said 27 years prior.
Jesus Christ!
Like,
who cares what she said 27 years ago?
Exactly.
Who cares?
It's almost like I want to tell people, it's like grow a set and move on.
For real.
Yeah. You think
they all got toughen up?
You think that's fucking insulting? I want to show you something that's really insulting.
Sure.
Here's something that's really insulting that I just saw not too long ago. I gotta pick it up again. But in the meantime, while I'm looking for that, it's kind of ridiculous how people are so quick to be offended by basically every little thing. You might as well just change everything just to go for a political agenda. And you gotta remember something. Just because somebody complains about it, it doesn't mean that it's gonna happen. All right, exactly. Everybody needs to grow a pair. Even Ben Carson, a fucking politician of all people, is like, people that are too sensitive these days need to grow a pair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I got a lot of respect for Carson, too. A really good neurosurgeon, retired neurosurgeon out of Johns Hopkins University down in Baltimore. Did a lot of good work, especially on the pediatric side. He helped a lot of kids.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, you know how I said I found something really damn stupid?
Yeah. What you got?
I found it. It's from Mayor de Blasio, the mayor of New York City. Oh, my God. Thank God I don't live there. Yeah, he was moving his Black Lives Matter campaign painted on the in front of the street of Trump Tower. In quote, "The president is a disgrace to the values we cherish in New York City," de Blasio spokeswoman Julian Arendanato said in a statement, according to the Daily News. "As far as I'm concerned, that qualifies as a badge of honor for President Trump, and de Blasio's values are so twisted that no one in their right mind would admit to agreeing with him."
I guess my question is, can't we all just freaking get along?
Yeah, really. It's like,
yeah, regardless of like where someone leans on the like across the aisle or whatever. I mean, good Lord, it's like I almost just want to say, everyone just grow a set, shut up, and get along.
Really? You never heard about this in the 1980s, the 1990s, early 2000s? And I understand there's racism going on and whatever, but just because something happened at least a month ago and people are still upset by it is just, oh my God. It is so, I mean, even Sean over here, I mean, yeah, he's an African-American and he's even tired of their shit.
I am. I really am, man, because it's ridiculous. And you want to talk about the political agenda?
Yes.
How about let's talk? Have you heard of The Last of Us Part 2?
Yeah, I'm in the middle of playing that.
Oh my gosh, what do you think of it? What's your reaction?
I like the game, honestly, but tell me, please, explain to me what's everyone bitching about now?
Where do I start with this?
Please.
Let's see. A really famous character dies in a embarrassing way.
Yeah,
Joel. Fighting back.
Joel, yeah.
The like the whole what's it called? Like identity politics forced down people's throats. The ending of the game, which I'm not going to tell you because I don't know if you've seen it yet or not. Because the thing is, there were leaks that came out prior to the game's release, and people were mad about it. They were doing videos on it. Like Naughty Dog went out of their way to try to get a few YouTubers' channels terminated over just for talking about it. They didn't show images, they didn't show clips, and I'm like, are you serious? Like, why is a gaming company doing this? You know, I mean, like, it's just ridiculous, man. And when people saw the ending of the game, oh, dude, even like I think like earlier today or yesterday, I think someone put out a petition to remake the entire game because they feel like it was that bad.
Seriously?
For
that's
real.
Pretty good. You know what it is? People get so offended. You think that's bad? Somebody got offended the other day, or not earlier, but somebody actually got mad at remember when the Lion King remake came out last year?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, everybody was bitching and moaning that they actually wanted to have a petition of having real lions on the show, on the movie. And on top of all that, I'm not joking. There were people saying, get real lions, because what you're doing right now is animal abuse. You should give them real personalities. I'm like, oh, but animals are supposed to smile. I'm like, it's fucking Disney. What do you expect?
Oh
Listen,
my gosh,
if you made
man.
Aslan the Lion from Narnia do this 15 years ago, I don't understand why you have to put this grouping face on a CG lion. It's not hard.
Right.
People just want to find something to be offended by, man.
Oh,
That's
no.
all
It gets
is.
worse. It gets worse. When The Last Jedi came out a few years ago, and I saw that movie once, it was a piece of shit. But
Yep.
people got so politically mad about that movie. They were like, you got to remove the director. You have to. There was a petition that literally that almost got passed up about how The Last Jedi almost got remade because of people's political views about the movie. They're like, just remake the movie. I'm like, please do me a favor. You know, why? Like, just leave it as it is. It's not a great movie. If you don't like it, don't watch it.
Exactly. And that's what it should be for everything else. It's like, hey, everyone's entitled to their opinion. We're a free country. It doesn't matter what side of the aisle you lean on. If you don't like it, don't view it. Don't buy it. Whatever. It's like, yeah, I hear you. We got a couple.
Here's a dude wipe if you need to wipe your ass with it. Here's a dude wipe. Here, take it. Here, wipe your tears, you fucking pickle. Here, here's a fucking tissue where you're at.
Yeah. Watch. Now we'll have someone that like comments in the box. It's like, whatever. Go wipe your salty tears and take them somewhere else. But we do have a few more comments though. So Jeremy Macbeth, he of course worked with us on our next website a while back. He said, "Let's go Sabres, Amerks, Mets, and the Browns." So, Cleveland, that'll be an interesting one to talk about at some point. Then our resident Boston fan, Katie Trant, says hi, and she said, Buffalo got the 8th pick. We did talk about that at the beginning of the show. And then she said that she's offended it's not next weekend yet. We won't be here next weekend. We're all taking time off.
If you want to run the show, do it.
But
people are entitled to have a holiday too.
Right. That's true. And this is what, our 5th episode now. So yeah, we've been going for a while. It's all good. So. But yeah, we're actually going to take next weekend off. We're going to spend time with the families, all that stuff. So, of course, we won't be here to grace you with our presence next week and our smiling faces and jokes and whatever other stuff we want to talk about. But of course, we'll be back the following week. So we'll be doing that. And then Katie said,
you will, but I'll be on a 2-week hiatus.
That's true.
I'll be on a 2-week hiatus.
That is true.
Yeah, I mean, put it this way. I'm going to be out for next week, obviously, because of the holiday, but the following week I'm taking my girlfriend out for dinner, so
nice.
That's our anniversary. It's 6 years. Take a little walk down the beach or whatever, and then just kind of do what we have to do from there.
Very cool.
Nice.
That's been 6 years, man. That's a good time. So
I mean, what can you really do? I mean, it's during the middle of a freaking pandemic.
Yeah, exactly. Take the time when you can get it. Yeah, and then Katie said she's off 4th of July weekend. Well, the rest of us are too. And then she also said she's thinking about maybe going to Salem. I've never been to Salem, Mass.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I heard they make good sandwiches.
But yeah, so Sean, there was another topic that came up this week too, and I know for everyone that follows WWE, The Undertaker, Mark Calloway, decided to announce his retirement and basically his match with AJ Styles. He said if that was his last match, he's perfectly okay with that.
Yeah. He's calling it quits, man. But almost 30 years in the business. Sheesh. I mean, and he's the only superstar I know that have competed in the WWE in 4 different decades. And
yeah,
that's unheard of.
Right. Like, I'm trying to remember, wasn't his debut like WrestleMania 10 or something, like way back?
No, it was a Survivor Series from 1990.
Okay. I was trying to think of like the first WrestleMania, but yeah, you mentioned that, yeah, Survivor Series. And then, I mean, he has a list of who's who in terms of who he ended up fighting against. I mean, we look at like people from that era. I mean, you had Savage, you had, of course, Andre the Giant. You can go all the way up to, like, as we went forward, people like Mr. Perfect, of course, the Hart Foundation, Stone Cold Steve Austin. He had some pretty good rivalries with. Which, especially in the mid-'90s, he had some really good rivalries with him. And then, of course, Mick Foley. Who could ever forget who could forget that Hell in a Cell match when he threw him off the cage,
man.
when he threw him through the cage?
I know. Gosh. Oh, and Tom, your video's frozen off. Oh, there you are. You're barely moving now.
Okay.
It's like whack-a-mole with Tom. It's like this.
And
Here you go. Here you go. Here you go.
and shoot, speaking of Survivor Series, like I actually went to a Survivor Series event 5 years ago when it came here in Atlanta, and I didn't even know it at the time, but it was like the Undertaker's like 25th anniversary from his WWE debut, and I had no idea. I was honored to have been there. So
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
let's put it this way.
I wish I still had the video that I posted up years ago, man. But it's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He never went to any other promotion either. He was just straight WWE his entire career, and he just signed a 15-year deal with them. So he's got the Legends contract. He can show up whenever he wants now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I will say this for sure is that I was still swimming in my dad's balls as a sperm when The Undertaker got his debut in the WWE. I was a little tadpole just swimming in my dad's nuts, and he was just like, woo, 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 woo.
Yeah. What was it, like 1990, I think he debuted or something like that in the Survivor
I was
Series?
born in 1992, so
Yeah.
Yeah, you weren't even thought of yet.
exactly.
Sure. So I was only 3 years old when he debuted.
So you were born in 1988, weren't you?
87.
87.
Yeah, and I would have been 8 years old at the time. I was born in '82, which of course another reason we're not here next weekend. My birthday is next Saturday, so.
Oh,
Congratulations, you old fuck! Woo! Congratulations, you old fuck! Woo! Congratulations, you old fuck! Woo! Congratulations to you!
Oh man!
No, for real, man. Happy early birthday, man.
Yeah, I'll be having a nice beer that day, so or a couple.
What do you want for your retirement party? Do you want crutches or do you want teeth?
I ain't retiring.
Yeah, it's your old man.
I ain't retiring yet. I ain't even close to that. So.
John's getting close. He's pretty close, but he's right behind you as far as all this goes. He's just basically like, John. No, you'd be like, Tom, I'm waiting. Come on. I'm not far. Yeah, John. Come on, we're all together. Let's go.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. Yeah, and then actually Katie ended up saying that she said that Salem's awesome, and then she was laughing at one of your jokes earlier, so you got her stamp of approval on that. And then she also said, if you want the Salem experience for sure, come up during the month of October. Well, what happens there during October?
I don't know. Ask her. Oktoberfest.
Yeah, Katie, what happens during October in Salem?
You think she's gonna know that if she were on, which I think would be hard to confiscate, but I think she'll probably be like, well, there's bear, there's pumpkins, and there's crazy costumes out there, a bunch of crazy people in masks, and, little kids going out to people's doors with some candy, saying trick or treat, motherfucker.
You know what you just reminded me of real quick? It's like our Truth in WWE and his little Jimmy skit.
Who? Why? Who?
Oh yeah, our Truth. He always refers to someone as, "Hey, little Jimmy, what's going on?" He always references everything to say, "No, let's talk to little Jimmy."
I would have never have known that.
It's hilarious. I mean,
I'm not a wrestler.
It's weird because he has like the hip hop musician persona is what he comes out as. That's kind of like his whole entrance theme, and he did that for a long time. And then as he went forward, I mean, he always ended up talking about Little Jimmy. I'm like, who's Little Jimmy?
Little Jimmy sounds like a rapper from Texas. I'm Little Jimmy. I can't rap for shit.
Yeah, so actually...
I put my ass in a box and they call it Xbox.
Oh, so actually, Katie ended up answering the question. So she said, the Salem Haunted Happenings. And she said, you do realize that there are actual witches that live in Salem, right?
Well, you should also tell her, you realize we don't live anywhere near Massachusetts, so...
Especially me.
Yeah,
no shit.
You're about 8,000 plus miles out. Although, actually, it's interesting. One of my cousins does live in Massachusetts, but he's right on the New York-Massachusetts border. So I mean, but last time I saw him, it was about a year and a half ago. Actually, they were up here. There was some family stuff going on, so I ended up seeing him up here. But yeah, that was That is actually pretty interesting. She mentions that too. It almost kind of makes me wonder about the Salem witch trials.
I don't know, but I can tell you one thing for sure is that you live in Coca-Cola land, you live in the Siberia of North America, and I'm in an area where Billy Joel lives.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you playing Uptown Girl again?
What?
You playing that song Uptown Girl again?
Yeah. Uptown Girl.
Yeah, here you go. It's like, all right, here's a vote for you, Bobby. Uptown Girl or Pressure?
Oh, Uptown Girl, easily. I actually hate Pressure. I'm not gonna lie to you. I hate that song. Yeah. Because think about it. When somebody sings that song to you, it's just like under pressure. Na 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 na.
It's not that. No, you ever hear the song Pressure from Billy Joel?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Pressure by fucking Queen.
No, not Queen.
Oh.
No, I didn't mention anything about Freddie Mercury.
Well, I don't know. I mean, he has the same song.
You didn't know that Billy Joel has a song called Pressure?
Bitch, I'm not a big Billy Joel fan. I just know he lives here.
You were playing it in your car when you picked me up from my hotel down there, dude.
What are you talking about? I don't even have the song in my phone. What are you talking about?
You're saying you're not a Billy Joel fan, yet you're playing it in your truck.
You idiot! That was your truck!
But yeah, you were still playing it. I'm like, what the hell? Oh, man.
No, I was playing that song. I thought it was just from, like, my phone or something. I didn't even
still playing it.
I don't have...
You had at least 3 Billy Joel songs playing.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, man. I had to get you good on that one, man. I had to get you good. You left yourself wide open on that.
You scare me.
You're so red right now, too.
You scare me. You know that?
I mean, hey, I have a very good memory, so you know.
So do I. So do I. And I love how Shanta's like, are you two going to get a divorce?
In fact, talking about our truth in our live chat on Facebook, Jeremy Macbeth, he put a picture of our truth with the 24/7 title up on there.
Woo!
Yeah, and then Katie said Billy Joel played Fenway. I do remember that.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was probably invited, but I know he's a Meth fan for sure.
Right. Oh, man. Another thing that actually came out that was kind of funny this week, too, and just kind of jumping back to the NHL a little bit. So, of course, as we know, Seattle, they're going to do an NHL team over there. And the name of their, well, the new name of their arena, which was formerly known as Key Arena, and Amazon bought the naming rights. But Jeff Bezos, who owns Amazon, decided not to name it after Amazon. Instead, he decided to name it Climate Pledge Arena.
What the fuck is Climate Pledge?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What is Climate Pledge?
Yeah.
Really?
Exactly. Yeah, Climate Pledge Arena. And yet, here you have the world's richest man who owns Amazon. He's got like billions and billions and billions of dollars. Even after he divorced his wife, he still has billions of dollars. And yet, instead of naming it after Amazon, which I would have thought he would have done, and Amazon's big in Seattle, that's where this arena is, he names it Climate Pledge Arena.
Yeah, and it's in quote, the greenest ice in the NHL. Well, I'm offended by it. Change the fucking colors.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Yeah, if we're all going to go on the offending pledge, hey, Jeff Bezos, your name for that arena offends me now.
What? Like,
Hey, get ready. Cancel culture's going to strike you, too.
Yeah. Yeah, watch, we'll get kicked off the air.
oh,
Hey, we have a disclaimer that says viewer discretion advised. So,
well, I have some advice for you. According to Amazon themselves, Climate Pledge Fund in June of 2020, which was this past month, Amazon announced the Climate Pledge Fund to support the development of sustainable and decarbonizing technologies and services that will enable Amazon and other companies to meet the goals set by Climate Pledge. And this dedicated investment program, with an initial $2 billion in funding, will invest in visionary companies whose products and solutions will facilitate the transition to a low-carbon economy. That's the origin.
What the hell does that got to do with hockey?
Exactly. They still could have named it Amazon Arena.
You think that's
Amazon
stupid?
Center or Amazon Pavilion, whatever you want to call it.
You think that's stupid? In Louisville, Kentucky, you want to know what the name of the Louisville, Kentucky Cardinals' team is, the basketball team? You want to know what the name of the arena
Yeah,
is?
what is it?
KFC Yum Arena.
Oh, I know that.
I remember that.
It's
Yeah, I know
still
that.
there.
Mm-hmm.
The Nashville Predators one time called their arena the Gaylord Entertainment Center.
Well, actually, it was interesting you mentioned that because Gaylord Entertainment, and it was actually part of the Opryland hotels that they had, which is Gaylord Hospital. It's like Gaylord Hotels. So it is actually a true company. But yeah, it was called the Gaylord Entertainment Center for a while. Then after Gaylord Entertainment decided to not sponsor the arena anymore, then this one, and don't ask me how I know this, but this one outsourced HR company called the Some Group ended up renaming it the Some Center until their founders were all like indicted on all this tax fraud, evasion, and all this other crap. Which then that's how it became Bridgestone Arena because Bridgestone Tires bought the naming rights.
Why didn't they call it Duke Wipes Arena?
Because they didn't want to see your ass. They didn't want it to go through the walls.
They probably would have.
Yeah, probably.
Welcome to Dude Wipes Arena.
Do you hear what? Well, actually, if you think that's bad, you know how the Miami Heat's arena, the American Airlines arena. Yeah. I don't know if you heard about this, but they're going through a renaming right now, and they still don't have a company that's bought the naming rights. But what happened? A major porn site, Bang Brothers, wanted to buy the naming rights and call it the Bang Bros Center. Like, they wanted to pay over $17 million a year to put their name on there, and they said they're number one in adult entertainment.
Right.
Yeah, entertainment.
And of course, the city of Miami's like, no, we're not putting a porn site name on our arena.
You might as well call it Pornhub.com Arena.
Yeah, watch, give them ideas.
Oh yeah, and then be like, introducing your Miami Heat.
Oh
man. Yeah, I haven't heard of anything new on that one, but I'm like, oh my god, when I read that. And then actually a lot of people that live there said, yeah, they should do it. So.
Why?
You probably should have. God. What other stupid sports arenas can you guys think of? In the comment section below. Please do it. I mean, we've already talked about Climate Pledge Arena, KFC Yum Center, the Gaylord Entertainment Center. What other stupid names can you think of?
Remember when the Arizona Coyotes played, well, before their arena was named Gila River Arena? Remember when it was called jobbing.com?
I remember that. Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, describes their team perfectly.
Yeah, speaking of the Coyotes, I actually heard recently that they might go back to their Kachina logo from the early 90s as their primary logo because of the fact I love that idea.
Yeah, totally would not mind that at all. I mean, it was actually it was a good logo. It was a good look for them.
Well, I think if anything, Sean should be an Arizona Coyotes fan just for the idea of that logo.
I've never even seen that logo before. What?
All right, let me show it to you real quick. I mean, actually, let me screen share. Oh, actually, Tom is the host. Tom, would you mind screen sharing real quick?
Yeah, what's up?
Look up the Kachina logo for the Arizona Coyotes.
Okay.
And just let the people know so that Sean can see it himself. Dude, I'm telling you right now, man, I know you're not a hockey guy, but I think considering you're part of our family, I think you should be a hockey fan.
Well, I mean, I still got a Sabres jersey, so.
How do you do that?
I bought it a few years ago.
3 years ago?
Yeah, when Jack Eichel was drafted.
Huh. You bought a Sabres jersey.
Yeah.
You bought a Sabres shirt when Jack Eichel got drafted.
Yeah. I got him in my locker room. I mean, I got it in my closet, man.
You never wear it.
And everyone's I've got
that. Okay, it's coming back to me now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Logo, you know, it was different, but I really liked it, honestly.
Yep.
That logo.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, that's one thing you can never change is tradition.
Yeah, And that's actually something. I mean, that was just a perfect fit for him. I mean, I'm glad to see that coming back. Actually.
Well, I've heard that they might end up changing it. The Ottawa Senators are definitely changing their logo. The Buffalo Sabres are changing their logo next year. Hell, I even heard rumors the Carolina Hurricanes might even change their logo.
Interesting. Hey, it actually looks like our guy Trevor Howard made an appearance on our chat too. He's saying "Go Astros."
I who?
Well, Trevor Howard from his show, he actually is in the chat. He's saying "Go Astros," the Houston Astros.
Asterisks.
Right?
Cheaters. Illegitimate World Series title.
Trevor, I called you out for your shit.
Yeah, that World Series is irrelevant.
Right?
Funny World. Yeah. How did that World Series go again? Yeah. Woo! We need to win the World Series. Wow! We won.
Asterisk.
You will never hear the end of me. Trevor, I tried to give you the light. I tried to make you a Mets fan. I tried to get you out of hell, but you would not take my word for it. And it was so dumb that you went fishing earlier today with the vintage Astros logo. Around the time when they got their ass kicked in the World Series by the fucking White Sox. 2005. That's all I had to say.
Right.
Oh, and by the way, this was when Jose Altuve, before he became a big cheater. So I'll take that for what it's worth.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, there's no denying. I mean, that whole thing with the Astros and everything. I mean, come on, that's a tainted title right there.
Listen,
Yeah, and can you believe they tried to get the Yankees with that same accusation? I'm like, nah. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Well, at least the Yankees do it in a good way, where basically, well, George Steinbrenner, when he was around, I mean, they just paid a luxury tax every year. That's all right.
Yankees are no better than what the Astros did.
Sheesh.
They've done their own schemes of cheating.
Mm-hmm.
But in defense, everybody in baseball cheats.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Hey, Trevor, there you go, buddy. Sorry, I had to throw the asterisk up on the screen.
You should have done that. You should have just put that in the background instead of City Field. You should have just put asterisk, knowing full well. There we go. Yeah.
Sorry, buddy. You know I love listening to your show and everything, but yeah, I had to throw it up on there.
I got a better idea.
Hey, we have to do equal opportunity ribbing on everybody.
Equal opportunity. Well, it's easy to rip on the Mets because everybody hates to rip on the Mets, but everybody else rips the assholes on the Yankees. You know what I saw the other day that I was
I'll rip on the daggone Red Sox any day of the week.
Right. Now, he did actually come back and he talked about them being the World Series champs in 2017. But then,
you mean the one they cheated on?
Yeah, that one.
But then he also said, too, Alex Bregman can literally destroy every player on the Mets single-handedly.
Huh. Right. At least when the Mets went to the World Series, they didn't have to cheat their way through by using a fucking garbage can. I'll put it this way. I'm going to tell you this right to your face. You're the New England Patriots of baseball, so shut the fuck up.
Oh, Trevor, we love you, man. It's all good. Although, actually, I do have an idea. You know, if we want to continue the baseball night, what we should do at some point, sponsored by Dude Wipes.
Trevor, you need this, buddy.
We should bring Trevor on, and Trevor and Bobby. I would love to see them talk baseball. Mets versus the Astros. I would love to see that.
Why not? The Astros gave away Jake Maris and J.D. Davis to the Mets for free, so why do I care?
Yeah. You know what? Let's bring him on. And,
oh, God, here we go.
Oh, you see his recent comment?
Oh, here we go. Yeah, it says, Mets are already trash cans, so how can they bang on them anyways? All right.
At least the Mets have more World Series titles than the fucking Astros, 86 and 69, and they were just in the World Series 5 years ago. And I know you won a World Series, but like I said, at least the Mets didn't have to cheat to win a World Series back in 1986.
All right, got an idea. So not next week because we're not here, but how about the week after? Trevor, if you got time, you want to come on, you're welcome to come on. let's go.
Well, like I said, I'm not on until July 11th,
Oh, yeah,
so
that's
I'm
the
out.
following week. Yeah, so the following week. Yeah, so the following week. Trevor, if you want to come on, you're welcome to come on. Let's do. Well, it's not the 11th, obviously, but let's do the 18th. If you want to come on, you got time. You want to come on, even for part of the show. Let's talk it out. Mets versus Astros. Let's do it.
Well, that's a pretty easy argument because the Mets already have more World Series titles that they have done in the last 40 years, and it took the Astros to win by 50. All right? If they didn't win the World Series in 2017, Jordan Nitriv would have embarrassed the shit out of them and made a legacy of failure video on them. So he's lucky that they didn't have to go through that crap. But then again, why do I expect something out of cheaters to begin with?
Right. And guess what, Bobby? He has decided to accept your request to come on. So the 18th, Trevor's going to join us here in the show.
I would love to kick his ass.
So we'll bring Trevor Hauer on. He's from the Hauer Hour podcast, and I mean, he's got some good stuff too. You know, I'm definitely gonna say some good stuff about him. He's new to it, but you know, same thing. He's got some really good stuff out there. So Trevor, you're coming into the ring of fire, my friend.
Yep, and you are also going to be joined by Dude Wipes. And by the way, if you're going to talk about baseball, specifically to a Mets fan, about the Astros, I suggest you wipe your ass with your combination of crap that you threw at me and clean your asshole with this. Because that's what the Astros do. They have a stinky asshole, and the MLBPA and the MLB had to come in and wipe their shit out of it. Case closed. Oh, actually, one more thing. I should say this. Is that even though the Mets fired Carlos Beltran because of the fact he was the guy that started the whole trend about cheating and the asterisk bull crap, he got fired. Did he deserve to get fired? Probably, but they probably would have done something differently. But you know what? At the end of the day, the Mets got Luis Rojas, so I'll take it for what it is for right now.
There you go. Ooh, and Trevor, besides Trevor accepting too, he also decided to give you this as a parting shot, Bobby. He says, the truth will come out with the Mets cheating 5 years ago.
5 years ago? Dude, he didn't jerk off to a dick watching Pornhub 5 years ago. He was like 14. So why would I expect that from a 19-year-old? He was probably too busy jerking off to the fucking Astros when they got Verlander. Oh, Verlander, you're amazing. Ah!
Oh, man.
Oh, Jose, going into my asshole, dude.
Oh
my God. Oh, this is good. This will be an epic episode.
Come on, I'll bring you one for Cinco de Mayo.
Man, I can't wait, man.
Oh, I will love being on this.
Oh, this is gonna be gold.
Oh yeah. Mets versus Astros, and we'll throw some Yankees in there for good measure.
That's mostly piss, not me.
Oh, here we go. He says, Mets versus Altuve by himself, who wins? He puts his life savings on effect. Altuve wins 12-0.
Hey, Jose Altuve is so short that Marty St. Louis put him to shame.
Oh, my God. I will love this episode.
Oh, yeah.
Why are you calling yourself, Jose? Because I don't want to be touched. I gotta make sure my camera's working. Beep.
Oh boy.
Oh man. All right. Well, Trevor, we'll bring you on the 18th, so you know we'll make sure that you're here for part of the show, or you can stay for the whole show, whatever you want to do. And oh yeah, we're gonna have some fun with this. It'll be a fun episode. And of course, I mean we'll talk other sports too, but yeah, Mets versus Astros. This is gonna be a good one.
Yep.
Fine. We'll just do the four of us in the show, or five of us, whoever it is, and when we get to that stage, I rest assure you that Trevor will buy an asterisk jersey before the show just to be one up me. Be like, yeah, Astros, 2017 World Series champs. And I'm just going to be like, well, let me see. I got 1986 right here, and I got 1969 right here.
Oh, man. Just picture if we have Vinny and Dwayne on here.
Oh, man.
I got to convince Vinny to be a Mets fan.
Yeah, but I can picture Dwayne though. Oh man, that'll be fun.
Yeah, Dwayne would probably be drinking throughout the whole show.
It's all good. It's all good, man. Oh God. But yeah, it'll be interesting. So we'll have baseball part 2 in 2 weeks.
You may as well just title this podcast to be Bobby versus Trevor.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, or you could write Mets versus Asterisks.
Yeah. That's easy enough to put in the title. That'll be good.
It's much more interesting in terms of the
Trevor
title.
strikes again.
It would be way more interesting than the truth about Buffalo sports. Why is that a title? It should be something more interesting, more complex. You know? I mean, literally, we're talking about dude wipes, and we're talking about the Astros in front of a customer that's live watching our show, and he's arguing with me about that. Why don't you go after a fucking Yankees fan? They're the ones that bitched and moaned about you.
Because he knows better.
Right. Well, Yankees have only 27 titles.
Oh, he knows better, Sean? He knows better?
Nobody's gonna lie.
Astros will have ever forget.
2-1 for you.
Right. I mean, the Astros will never have the luxury of having Derek Jeter, Sabathia, or anybody.
Exactly.
Well, at least the Mets had Mike Piazza.
That's true, too. Which the Astros will never have the luxury of having that.
Oh, God. I can't believe I'm arguing with an Astros fan and a Yankee fan. Good Lord.
Right. But I'll still put a Yankees fan versus an Astros fan any day, too.
Hey, listen, that would be perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do it.
Oh, yeah, Yankees fans will just bitch and moan about how the Astros knew full well that they were doing, their cheating scandals. They knew full well. Well, yeah, last time I checked, the Yankees were the last team to be cheating, which they have. So it's not the first time the Astros have done it, nor have the Yankees. So let's not go too far there. And like I said earlier, every team in all the baseball cheats.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ, Trevor. God. I can't believe you fired me up because you're an Astros fan.
Oh, I got you, man. I got you.
To hell with this.
Right, but I'll definitely tell you though. I mean, it is absolutely hilarious though. I mean, it's pretty cool that we're gonna be doing this next week. So
wait, next week?
No, 2 weeks from now.
July 11th. Right.
Oh, wait, no, the 18th.
Oh, July 18th.
Oh, I was gonna say, you can record a show without me, right?
Oh yeah.
But let's be truthful for 1 minute. Without me, the show would be fucking boring.
No, you do. Well, you do actually have a lot of good comedic value on the show.
Well, let me just say this: who makes people laugh the most on the show?
Yeah. Well, you definitely do.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, I mean, unless you want to be me for one day and be me, I suggest, Tom, you cut off your beard and just go to your chin and make your hair blonde for a day and just be me. And then be like, how did the Sabres lose like this?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say anyone who saw my rant on my own channel, you definitely got a lot on that.
Yeah, I mean that's why I brought it up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Trevor says good night, dudes. All right, good night, Trevor.
See you.
Good night, fuckface. I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Right. So yeah, we'll have him on. He's a good guy though. We just have to bust his balls a little bit.
Indeed.
Yes, can never go wrong with that. So, all right.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say, it's like with July 4th right around the corner. What are some of the things that you guys like to do for the holiday?
Well, for one, I have an interview coming up on July 2nd with Flemlo Raps. But prior to all that, I have an interview on June 30th with former Islanders defenseman Darius Kasparaitis. So I can't wait to do that one. But in the meantime, I'll be wearing this beautiful, lovely USA hat. As you can see, it's got the New York Mets logo on it. And it's red all around with a green bottom. And it's got red, white, blue on the back here. And to come with that, we also have dude wipes. No, in all seriousness, I'm probably going to be hanging out with my family and just enjoy the fireworks.
Nice. Hey, Sean, what do you like to do for the holiday?
Pretty much the same thing, man. Just hang out with my family, watch the fireworks somewhere. Probably, I don't know. Maybe I mean, I don't know. They might. Stone Mountain usually does like a fireworks show. Shoot, it's been years since I've been there. I don't know. I might go to Stone Mountain Park and check out the fireworks. Or if not, no, I can always watch fireworks from my neighborhood since some of the neighbors around here keep shooting fireworks from days before that going to Independence Day.
Yeah, they've been doing that by my house lately also.
Unbelievable, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
I heard a few of them last night. I'm like, holy crap. I mean, granted, I live out in the country and everything, but I was like, wow. Huh.
Yeah, and I had people shooting fireworks right on my block last night, and you just go pew 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 at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, I'm trying to sleep.
For real.
Yeah, I mean, it was happening up by me also. I mean, same thing. I mean, you're shooting them off at like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, really? Well, I mean, half the time I'm not.
For real.
Not even sleeping at 2 o'clock in the morning.
For the most part.
Right. Yeah, so pretty much for me, same thing too. It'll just be a family day, basically. I'll just spend time with probably my mom, sister, her 2 kids, and my brother-in-law do that, and then probably spend time with Des too. So we'll see what goes on with everything, but it'll be a nice day though. I mean, it'll definitely enjoy it. So, yeah, and I see you did the hat change, Bobby.
Thank you. It's the red, white, and blue hat. And also, I forgot to mention this beautiful Eagles on the side of my hat. So this would be the hat I normally wear every year on 4th of July. So it works for me. And plus, because baseball's not going to be played this year on July 4th, I figured, just do that. But I will be wearing the hat, though. I mean, it's good for patriotism, so I'm good with that.
Awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
and the Yankees can go fuck themselves.
Whatever.
Yeah, I know. You just love to pay Garrett Cole all the money in the world just to be the highest paid pitcher in all the baseball. And look at you holding your fucking arms. It's just like, Yankees are going to win the World Series. Suck my balls when you can. Yeah, I want you to go down on my knees. Okay? Go down. Holy frick. Bobby, stop it. You little creep.
Yeah.
By the way, Sean, did you see the comment on your Twitter the other day about one of your videos when you were talking about the Last of Us? Did you see that comment that was posted on your Twitter?
No, I don't think so. Shoot. What was it?
Somebody commented, and I saw it the other day. It was from Coco, and somebody commented on it. It says that voice, and it was just like,
Yeah. Yeah, he's one of my streamer buddies.
well,
he streams on Twitch. Yeah, good friends with him.
you definitely would be good for commercials.
I mean, my parents always said I had a voice for radio, so who knows?
Yeah. Hey guys, this is Big Fresh Matt here. I just wanted to know you can call me on my contacts at 1-800-225-GO Bills.
Right. Or it could always even be something like this too. Maybe do like a little reverb with it, maybe. But it's like, are you still up? Welcome to Buffalo After Dark.
He should host it. You should just use his voice for like the promos and the commercials and be like, "Yo, listening to Buffalo After Dark. This is Big Fresh Matt. I'll talk to you guys later."
There you go.
You would be so honored if somebody picked up his voice.
Hey, shoot, I wouldn't mind.
I sound like a comedian with my voice. Tommy, on the other hand, sounds like one of those annoying voices you could call when you're trying to prank your friends, and it's just like you send him one of those annoying voices when you call him. You be like, hello, this is Tom Woodjack-Corn. I just want to let you know that you're having an excellent day, and I hope you get on your knees and you lick my balls. All right, I'll talk to you later.
I think more than anything, I probably sound more like a newsy type person, like something like you turn on like at 6 o'clock or 6:30 is like usually it's just like I'm like it just like voice sometimes I'm like whatever.
What the hell did the Sabres lose last night's game?
Oh yeah. Oh god, I remember that rant when we played the Maple Leafs. I think it was like 2 years ago on after Horn. I jumped on and did like big ass rant on our old Facebook channel, and I remember it was something like, and I think you jumped in actually later, Bobby, and it was like where they had like only 2 shots after like the first period, or 2 shots after.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And then we jumped on, and then and I think it was the day you brought out the bullhorn, also because the Sabres sucked so bad that game.
Oh yeah, they've sucked for 10 years, so I'm not that surprised.
Yeah. So,
Oh yeah, let's change the logo. That should make our team better.
yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, maybe a little bit of help with having a president of hockey operations that actually knows what the hell they're doing. I mean, that'll be one thing.
Yeah, but you know what also would really help?
Of course, Kim is way too stubborn to ever want to do that.
Nah, the gold digging bitch, but probably wouldn't know what that position is.
Yeah, probably not.
I don't even know. As for did you guys see the comments that Ezekiel Elliott made on Twitch the other day?
No, I didn't have a chance to see that. But what went on?
He went on Twitch and somebody asked him about, Josh Allen's rushing yards last year, as to why he has more rushing yards than any quarterback. And you know what Ezekiel Elliott's answer was?
No, what was it?
He called him a beast.
Well, damn right, he's a beast.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue. I would not argue that at all.
Yeah, I can pull it up real quick. It's really interesting, and it's actually really satisfying for somebody who actually has the balls to say he's a beast. That's just interesting. Listen to this audio real quick.
Yeah.
Josh Allen has more rushing touchdowns in the last 2 years. Why is that? Because Josh Allen is a beast. That's why. He's a beast.
Damn straight he is.
Yeah, no argument here.
At least somebody gave an approval.
Yes.
Yep.
Zeke. Good thing.
Unlike the damn media, or as I like to call the talking head shows, who know shit apparently and don't know dick about football, who just so happen to do this for a living.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Or I'm trying to think. There was like one other comment there was actually one other thing that came out also this week, and it was about Josh Allen or Josh Allen, and he's actually working with Jordan Palmer with getting some of his footwork a little bit better, and also just improving like some of his positioning on the field, also just to have like a really good third year. So it's actually pretty sweet that he's been doing that. And then of course there was like the one thing earlier this week where everyone was talking about how he's different in size, but it looks like he's even more jacked up now than he used to be.
Some Jets fans who are too stupid to realize it, that they think, like, really, think of this logic for a minute, right? Josh Allen's all jacked up and buff. Jets fans call him fat. Sam Darnold is skinny as shit. Oh, he's just recovering from mono. He looks so much better than what he did. Oh, he's going to have a great year.
Gosh, man.
Oof.
Yeah. See how stupid you sound when you say that?
Mm-hmm. Right.
You see the picture? You see the picture that came with it, too?
Yeah, and I was looking at it, I'm like, what are Jets fans talking about?
I have no idea. They just want to say something.
Right. So Jets fans are talking out of their ass again because I mean, Josh Allen, he is like jacked up. I mean, he's like even more of a physical presence this coming year than he was the last couple of years he's been in the league. But the other thing is, I mean, his accuracy is getting better. He keeps working with good QB coaches like in the offseason to help with his footwork, positioning, all that stuff. That's good. What has Sam Darnold done in his career?
Oh, Sam,
nothing.
He's so good. Oh, they got to protect Sam. We rely on Joe Douglas to take them to the promised land. Shut the fuck up. Seriously.
You have fun staying in the last place in the division.
Well,
oh, my God.
Basically.
Freaking delusional.
I love how Jets fans are like, oh, Adam Gase is such a great coach. But then, all these rumors about him and Jamal Adams came out the other day, like, oh, yeah, we're going to side with Gase, who's a piece of shit coach, over Jamal Adams.
Oh, God. Yeah, that whole Jamal Adams thing is still going on also.
Yeah, and there was even reports that he might get traded to the 49ers.
Oh, boy.
That'll help the 49ers for sure.
And we face the 49ers this year. Oh, man.
Well, I don't know if he's getting traded there, but I think if I had to pick where I think he goes, and we talked about it last week on the show, I said before that Jamal Adams, I think, would be traded to the Baltimore Ravens.
Mm.
And Lamar Jackson, oh.
What about Lamar Jackson?
Is having
It'd be a nasty combo.
Yeah, that would be a nasty combo.
Yeah, and Josh Allen made a very interesting comment about the '90s Bills earlier this week too. I don't know if you saw that either.
Nah, tell everybody about it.
Well, I have it right here. I hear about it all the time about the early '90s when the Bills had that city buzzing. That's really the feeling that we're trying to get back.
Yeah.
That's Josh Allen on the '90s Bills team. So basically, he's saying he wants to be where they were at that time.
Well, that's a good goal. I mean,
Yeah.
Bills, they had some really good teams in that decade. Well, the
Yep.
early part of it.
Yeah, and one other thing too I noticed as well is that Michael Lombardi, the same asshole who drafted Jamarcus Russell and Johnny Manziel of all people, he was saying, and he had the balls to go on ESPN earlier this week, and he was like, "Oh yeah, Josh Allen is gonna hold the Bills back because of his inaccuracy issues." I'm like, "Yeah, that's a lot."
Come on.
Yeah, and he's like, "Yeah, that's a lot coming from a guy who drafted Jamarcus Russell and Johnny Manziel." So shut
Okay.
Yeah, what happened to those guys?
Yeah, Jamarcus Russell, he's like a fat-ass 300-plus pound former has-been quarterback who never did anything with the Raiders to begin with. And then Johnny Football, look what
Banned from CFL.
Yeah. No NFL team wants to take part of him because he's an entitled prick.
Basically.
But, I mean, Jamarcus Russell, oh, my God. He had the tools to be an actual good quarterback. The Raiders did absolutely nothing with them. Al Davis was a blowhard, so of course he never gave him anyone to be surrounded with. But I'm like, Jamarcus Russell, he was a boss. He's like one of the bigger busts in like the last 15 years.
Yeah. You know what's another interesting statement I found this week too? Is from that piece of shit Dan Orlovsky. You know, the guy that was on the 16 Lions. You want to hear what that idiot said? He picked Sam Darnold as the starting quarterback for the last 10 years, but then he says, I think Josh Allen is the quarterback who's in the best position, and the Bills are by far the favorite in my eyes in 2020.
Oh, he finally said something that makes half sense.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's really, really odd how it looks. Like I said, this whole week has been pretty positive about the Bills, but Jets fans think otherwise. They think Josh Allen has gained weight, and then they think that he got fat and he's going to be really, really slow, and he's only a good use of as being a runner.
No, he put on muscle.
No.
He's going to have even better quickness, and he'll be able to take hits even better.
I mean, that's probably why he's so jacked up.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that you ever realize that the fact that not even Patriots fans are talking crap about us right now?
That's not true. I've seen Patriots fans talk crap about the Bills all the time.
I mean, not as much as the Jets fans are.
Oh, Jets fans are a bunch of narcissists. They'll talk about and they'll complain about anything until the league sucks their dick. It's just ridiculous.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. The Patriots, I mean, they know that they're not going to be like as great as they were with Tom Brady, but
no.
I mean, granted, Belichick has a system that he can basically plug and play anybody he wants, but let's face it, he doesn't have Tom Brady anymore. So your offense is down 40% right off the top. So
I mean, I feel like this season is going to determine if, like, I feel like how the Patriots are going to play this season. It might determine if either Tom Brady at the time was the brains of the outfit or was Bill Belichick, you know?
Yeah, I 100% agree, because if it was Tom Brady that actually made everything work, and if Belichick can't make a system work with a different QB, which I still think that the Patriots were beyond stupid to get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo, because he would have been a perfect person to put in right now.
Yeah, look how we did with the Niners.
Yeah, Super Bowl contenders.
Gosh, man.
I mean, and I still wish that Jimmy G wouldn't have blown out the ACL in that year, because, I mean, I could tell you, the fact that happened, I mean, yeah, San Fran totally ended up sucking that whole season, but, I mean, Jimmy G has totally changed that team around.
Oh, yeah.
By far, without a doubt.
Yeah, and they're actually very respectable now and a good contender in the West.
Yep.
By far, for sure. And another thing I want to talk about real quick is two things. Did you hear about the rumors that's been swirling around about the Sabres and the Leafs making a possible blockbuster trade by the draft, Tom?
Wasn't it the one with Risto?
Yes, it is involving Risto, but it's about the Toronto Maple Leafs.
All right, go for it.
So they're saying reports now because there are two teams to watch for because they have the other needs. It's not likely for two teams in the same division to make a deal, but it's certainly not completely out of the question. Look for the Sabres to push for Kasperi Kapanen. Meanwhile, Kyle Dubas has made it known to other teams that he would like to keep the speedy Finn, and Rasmus Ristolainen fits exactly what Toronto needs on defense.
Well, Toronto needs help on defense. That's a fact.
And then. Yeah, sorry.
It's already happening, though. I mean, it'd be a pretty good return.
I think I like Kapanen. But and the other thing too I've heard is the Sabres might also trade for either Alex Kerfoot and Andreas Johnson.
Okay, I wouldn't have any issue with either of them, honestly.
Me neither. But I don't know if it would be enough to keep Jack happy because they need to do multiple things to fix the roster going forward.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you have to rebuild your second line. You need to rebuild your third line. Your fourth line's fine. Your top line's fine. But it's like the middle two where you're having the issues.
And you have to fix goaltending and you have to fix your scouting.
Yep. Which, of course, right now, since Queen Pagula cleaned house, she basically wiped out the entire scouting department, which a lot of those people shouldn't have been there as long as they were. But to completely clean house of everybody in your scouting department right when the draft is going to happen, I mean, what the hell sense does that make?
The draft is not for another 3-4 months.
Right, but still, I mean, the reputation that the Sabres have right now, especially with their management, who's going to want to come here?
That's for sure. And another thing I heard today from Ellie Freeman, he said there is talk of games involving the 7 non-playing teams, that's Buffalo in that category, in the fall. And details are sketchy since that isn't a current priority, but those organizations don't want their guys winning until December or January to play.
What are they trying to do? Make it like a 7-team consolation prize? What the hell kind of crap is that?
I guess they want to just throw in some exhibition games, I guess. I don't really know.
Participation trophy? Screw the participation trophy crap.
Why would that be a participation trophy? The Sabres strip.
It is kind of like, oh, hey, it'll be like one of those participation trophy crap things where it's like, oh, you're the 7 teams that didn't make it in. Let's have you play some exhibition games just so you can feel good about yourself. Screw that.
Yeah, well, it's already bad enough that a team that's already in contention to make the playoffs is going to win the first overall pick.
Yeah, I still don't understand how half this draft worked this year because just the
they rigged it.
Yeah, it was rigged.
Yeah, but could you imagine if a team like Chicago, Pittsburgh, Toronto, or Edmonton wins the first overall pick?
Oh, yeah.
My biggest...
Especially Edmonton, if they get another first pick.
Oh, my...
Come on.
No, please no. No, but my biggest fear is the New York Rangers.
Yeah.
That's my biggest fear. And as an Islander fan, I would hate to see that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I know every single Devils fan would hate to see it, and I think pretty much every single team in the Atlantic would hate it too.
Well, it also depends where he goes. I would have been perfectly fine with Lafreniere going to Los Angeles.
Actually, Lafreniere wouldn't be a bad fit for them.
No, he wouldn't. But think about it. He's probably a lot of people are speculating that he may end up getting drafted by Montreal.
Oh, God.
Because of his Canadian roots. But I've also heard something about Rimouski because that's where he played for in the Quebec Majors is Pittsburgh. I mean, could you imagine with the addition of Mario Lemieux, Sidney Crosby, and then Alex Lafreniere in their history? Oh, my God.
It would definitely boost it even more. I mean, and I will say this. I mean, as much as I like to rag on Sidney Crosby, I mean, there is no doubt that he helped that team out significantly when he came into the league, and he's been a very good force. And I'll say, I've watched some games in Pittsburgh before. Even as much as I can't stand playing against him, I do have a lot of respect for him.
This is very true. I love how Sean in the back is like, I'm just listening to you guys. I just love the nag at him.
And I will admit on this show, I do have a Sidney Crosby jersey, so I will say that.
Why do you have that?
I got it for free.
Fuck you and your
Yeah, no, it was like one time through Verizon, they gave me like a $200 like prepaid, so I just used it so I wouldn't get my ass handed to me in the stands when I watched the game down there. Bob. But it is actually the third jersey too, so I do.
Is it the yellow one?
No, the blue and no, it's the blue white, like the.
Oh, right. The baby blue.
Yeah. So I do actually.
Or is it the one they played against? Well, is it the one when they played the Sabres, or is it the one when they played the Capitals in the Winter Classic?
Actually, I can bring it up and I'll show you guys.
Oh, goody. Sean's going to be entertained even more. If I were you, because you don't really give a shit, I would suggest picking a team.
What, for hockey?
Yes.
I already got my team, the Sabres.
They suck ass. Why would you want to waste your time on that?
I don't know, man. I still got a couple other favorites, too.
Well, I mean, there's plenty of other options out there, buddy. All right, you have 24 teams that make the playoffs this year.
Well, I'm kind of looking at the Golden Knights right now.
My best friend's actually a Golden Knights fan. Oh, that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, they played the Sabres.
Mm-hmm.
You should just go for the Coyotes just for the fact that, you know, they have one of the most nostalgic logos out there right now.
Yeah.
I'll think about it. I'll think about it.
Yeah.
We should
And honestly, I don't even. I come to think of it, I don't even have a really a Western pro team that I'm a fan of.
I don't even.
I might as well go with Las Vegas.
There you go.
Fuck it, you might as well.
Yeah,
Vegas, them or Arizona. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I think we should have an episode where we should determine Sean's team.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, in July 25th, we have a fantasy draft coming up, so I definitely want to do an episode on that.
All right, sweet. Yeah, I was gonna say, maybe what I'm thinking for me is I would actually probably get the Arizona jersey just because of the fact my dad and stepmom live in Arizona, like outside of Phoenix. So, I mean, if I were to ever come there, and see like a non-Sabres game, I would support them. So.
Yeah.
Well, I already got mine.
Whatever Western team I pick, they'll be second behind the Sabres.
Well, I mean, like I said, I think the whole idea of dismantling the Sabres, I think, is the whole idea. But whatever, it's your choice.
Yeah.
But I think because hockey's coming back soon, at least for what it is this year, and just kind of go with it, you know.
Or you know what? Whatever name Seattle's team will be, I might go with them. I don't know.
We don't even know who they're going to be called yet. I mean, they already have a stupid name for an arena, so you might as well go with the stupid name they come up with there.
Well, you never know. They'll have a stupid name for an arena, but they might have a cool name for the team.
Yeah, or they could go with a name like the Seattle Climate Pledgers.
Shut the fuck up. I have a better one.
I can picture that now. It's like, if we go with that name called the Seattle Climate Pledgers, we could call the team that for right now. I mean, what kind of team name would that be? That'd like make you want to gouge your eyes out and like totally like sit through like watching some screeching horror thing that's not even good. It'd probably make you like bleed for like 6 hours.
I have a better name. How about the Rain City Bitch Pigeons?
Yeah, we could do that.
Playing at Climate Pledge Arena are the Rain City Bitch Pigeons.
We could always call them that. Well, we'll adopt that name for right now until we actually see what the real team name is.
Just call them the Seattle Bitch Pigeons, and we'll call it a day.
Yeah, that's all good. Oh, man. And then, of course, the funny thing is that the NBA, nobody knows what's happening with that because apparently everyone's coming down with coronavirus. So it's
actually, I heard there was a schedule that just came out the other day.
Be interesting to see what they do because I know that they're playing the games down in Orlando, but it's just a matter of how they're going to work it.
Yeah, I saw something the other day about like who the teams in the NBA would be playing. I think I saw something about like Milwaukee or I don't know. I don't really give a damn. Yeah. All I know is that the NBA is coming back in late July along with the NHL. So pretty much some decency will come out when those sports come out. And, of course, training camp in the NFL will be in full swing.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, did you hear about the Hall of Fame game and ceremony canceled?
Yeah, the Cowboys.
I hear about that.
Yeah, the ceremony's postponed until next year. So.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. At least they should do just to make up for it is announce the Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
At least do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and outside source news is that I found a couple of days, and I keep forgetting about it, is somebody in Scotland, of all places, right? Scotland, there was a tourist that took a picture of Loch Ness, and they apparently found the Loch Ness Monster.
Interesting.
I was wondering why the Loch Ness was trending on Twitter the other day.
I have it right here if you want to see it.
Yeah, I think I saw it before.
Yeah. I think I saw it before. Fuck you, Sean.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyway, so there it is.
Wow.
What do you think? Yeah, and this is the original photo.
Okay.
What? We just gonna just sit there and pretend nothing happened? Like, wow, we found Loch Ness monster. Why didn't we react like this when they found the chupacabra? Apparently.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Fucking
I didn't
Loch
really
Ness.
answer that question, man.
People are gonna go queer for Bigfoot if they ever find him.
Yeah, can you imagine?
Right.
Yeah, they tried that years ago. They actually tried that with somebody with made like a fake imprint of Bigfoot's foot, and they put it on clay and they put it on the ground to make it look like it was real. And then the person who made that invention, his nephew, revealed to the world, "Oh, my uncle's fake foot was exposed." It's weird. I always loved that kind of stuff. I always like looking up like monsters and creatures like that, and just kind of just enjoy what people find, or be like when they're all like high on like LSD, and be like, "I saw a werewolf in my backyard. Tell us about it, ma'am." "Yeah, he was on a tree and he had these big red eyes and he just went right to my face and I never saw him again."
Right, or it'd be like the show Mountain Monsters, where all the old people are going after everybody, and then it's like, "Oh my God, we found him!" And it's like, you didn't see anything.
Yeah, remember Finding Bigfoot?
Oh yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, where you had those creeps or those hippies on that show. One had like long hair, and the other one was a woman, and her name was like Renee or something, and they were scientists. And they were like, "This is the most accurate thing we've ever seen on TV about Bigfoot." And then they always try to convince the audience, "Shh, we found evidence of Bigfoot." And then at 3 in the morning, "Ah!" That's all you hear at 3 o'clock in the morning in the middle of the woods. And you would think, "Watch out, it might be Bigfoot." When then it's just like a raccoon that just like comes out in the middle of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey. I'm almost debating if I should keep my virtual background just from now on. That's just not bad. It's almost like I'm sitting up just right above home plate.
I don't know. You do whatever you want.
Yeah. Not bad though.
Yeah, I'm changing mine for every week. We have a theme.
Cool. And sorry, Matt, but I drink Pepsi, not Coke.
What are you talking about?
Hey,
No, I'm just thinking about it. The Pepsi like advertisement on the background here.
Oh, Pepsi Cola.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a Pepsi.
Coke's an Atlanta thing. Coke's an Atlanta thing. So,
Yeah, well,
it's another thing, but,
yeah, well, I'm not from Atlanta, so
true.
I'm Pepsi all the way.
All right, good.
So I'm good.
All right.
Yeah, diabetes.
Oh yeah, and they get
Yeah,
that big, like Twix bar or something to go with it. Like, oh, that's perfect. Get the sugar going.
Yeah, I don't really have a preference. I don't really drink soda.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really drink it that much either. So
You just said you.
I didn't use it. It's Pepsi.
You just said you like Coca-Cola over Pepsi.
No, he said he likes Pepsi over Coca-Cola.
Well, they
No,
technically both taste the same.
I choose Pepsi over Coke.
Well, they all taste the same technically.
No, they don't.
Oh yes, they do.
No, Pepsi and Coke are two totally different things.
Okay, fine. Then let me make this declaration then. Aquafina and Dasani and Poland Spring all taste the same.
Well, that's true. They're water. Water is water.
No, it's not, because some of them actually put chemicals in the water.
Well, still, it's like drinking water from a tap. I mean, you know it's going to taste the way it does. I mean, depending on where you're at, but...
At least Poland Spring tastes good, unlike Dasani, which is made by Coca-Cola of all places.
Yeah, I mean, Poland Spring ain't bad. But, I mean, water's water. I mean, it doesn't really taste anything different to me unless they add, like, some plastic shit to it, but...
I wish we had a bottle of Dasani to prove that there would be chemicals in that thing, but I don't drink that crap, so it doesn't really matter. You know what I do drink? Dude wipes!
You drink wipes?
How is that possible?
How is that possible? What are you doing? Swallowing wipes and getting all that alcohol off of it and having
No, what you do is you like.
You squeeze the wipes in a cup and you drink it from there.
No. What you do
all
is
the chemical taste off of it.
what you
And
do
then
is
getting all the extra liquid from the pack, like, and you're like slurping it down, like.
no. What you do is you take like a glass of water and then you take a blender and you put the whites in there and you be like, and then you get milk and you get whatever kind of flavoring you have, so you don't taste the wipe, and you pour it in there and you mix it in like milk with a hot like with a spoon or whatever, and you drink it down.
Water and milk?
Why not? You need it anyway.
That combo is, oh god, dude, that sounds disgusting.
No.
You can't say shit unless you do it.
So you're saying you actually did it?
If I'm that stupid,
Well, you're telling people to drink water, milk, and milk wipes.
if you believe me in any shape or form about putting that together, then A, you're stupid, and B, you're too gullible to watch the goddamn show.
All right, let's give a full disclaimer right now. We don't endorse you drinking that combo, but if you do, that's all on you. We ain't responsible for it.
Right? We got nothing to do with it.
We didn't tell you to drink it.
And then it's going to be like, breaking news out of Lockport, New York. Man dies of drinking weird alcohol mixed in with milk, water, and baby wipes.
Oh.
What human being would do such terrible thing to their body?
Oy.
Oh god, I don't even want to think what that combo would taste like.
Nope.
It's like let me ask you this. Would you blend Mountain Dew and Doritos together in a blender?
I personally wouldn't, but I think they are coming out with something that is mixed in like that.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Yeah, it's like Nacho Doritos and Mountain Dew together or something weird.
Nacho Libre.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, and I used to drink Mountain Dew all the time too. I mean, I can't really drink that stuff anymore because it would probably make me pass out from the caffeine. But
I think you would say it's because they make you take a piss.
no, not that. No, it's just like too much caffeine for me.
Is your wiener this small?
That's not what she says.
Is your wiener this small? Is it?
Is that why you ain't getting anything from Brett?
There's bugs, ice cream, bungee
Sorry,
jumping,
dude.
say goodnight swimming.
Oh.
Bungee jumping.
Oh man. Wow.
Figuring nothing. Burgers and bugs, ice cream, bungee jumping, say goodnight swimming.
I actually remember bungee jumping twice.
I wasn't literally talking about bungee jumping.
No, it just kind of made me think about that for a moment there. But
It's from the Little Rascals.
right. Well, I'm saying I did bungee jump for real twice
No.
in my lifetime, which of course I almost ended up bashing my head on a steel girder, which is why I have not done it since.
Yeah, and here's one more thing for you guys.
On the cord.
What do you think this is?
I don't know.
Flash drive or something?
Yes, it's useful for something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You give up?
All right. What is it?
I give up.
It's a bottle opener made out of steel.
Okay.
Well, I've never seen one look like that before.
I didn't either until today. Bespoke.com actually just sent to me this crap like 8 hours ago. And he's like, enjoy your package, sir. I open it, and then, like I said before, it came with this knife, which you'll see in a sec. It's very sharp.
Mm-hmm.
It came with this knife,
Yeah.
and then it came with this pen, which is like a one of those old 1990s or 1800s looking pens. I forget what they're called. I think they're called sport animation pens. And then earlier today, I got to go with the pen, not dude wipes, A notebook.
Okay, cool.
Literally an empty notebook. So I can pretty much write a whole chapter of how to fuck Sean in the ass, and then in the next chapter, how to put Tom out of his misery. And then the next chapter would be like, how to piss off Dwayne. Or, in this case, how to get Vinny agitated.
Oh, man.
I guess that's it for me.
All right. Let's see. Local hotspot of the week. So I know we talked a little bit about our favorite places last week. So I'm going to throw one up there right now. Place of the week. If anyone likes Japanese stuff right around Buffalo area, go to Teton. They're on Elmwood. They're also on Dick Road. Yes, that is actually the name of the road.
What, is Dick Road?
Yeah, it is actually called Dick Road.
Welcome to Penis Lane.
Yeah, it's right by the airport.
Yeah.
But anyways, Teton, really good sushi, really good Japanese food, good people there. So definitely it's worth it. You can order online. And they have some really good stuff. I mean, can't go wrong.
Yep. And over here, you can find a great place in Merrick Avenue in Merrick, New York called Yummy One Sushi. It's a local sushi bar, but they make very good sushi. And you can get salmon rolls, tiger rolls, Godzilla, volcano. You can get any flavor sushi you want. You can get my favorite thing to get on the sushi menu is miso soup. I love miso soup. And then I actually have a big bowl of it in my refrigerator for me to eat later. And then, what was I going to say? So, yeah, go check it out if you're living in Long Island.
All right, cool.
All right, and for me, this is a Japanese place I actually went to 3 years ago for my birthday. I completely forgot the name of it, but...
Benihana's.
I don't know. Maybe, but you know, it's like one of those Japanese restaurants where you sit when the chef cooks in front of you, all that stuff.
I love those places.
Really awesome, yeah. You get some good old chicken teriyaki there. Worth it.
You're not Italian, asshole.
I said.
You see what I'm
You know what? I don't care. Okay.
Whatever you say, Charlie.
Hey, cool. All right, yeah, and then like a lot of times, like I guess every week, you know, we'll think of a place and then you know we'll tell everybody about it. And, you know, it's up to you guys. If you want to check it out, feel free. You know, those are just some of our favorites. You know, if you have any places you think we should check out, let us know.
Yep, and if you guys are Buffalonians and you want to come to Long Island, hit your boy up.
Yep. There you go. So the good thing is, yeah, we've gone probably about a good hour and a half here. Does anyone have anything else they want to throw in for the night?
I do. Fuck you, Sean.
No, but I will say the 18th, Trevor is coming on, so it'll be Trevor versus Bobby. Mets versus Astros.
Yep. And one more thing. Fuck you, Tom.
All right, Sean, you got anything before we take off?
No, not really. Except just except one thing.
What?
Soon to be 28-time world champions.
There you go. All right. And
let me know when you win a World Series in this century.
In the century? What do you mean? Of course they won a World Series in this century. Of course they did.
Yeah. Then how come it wasn't updated? How come it still says you haven't won a World Champion since 1986?
And how come it still says you haven't won a World Series with all the star power you have since 2009?
Oh my gosh, man!
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
How about we're talking about the year differential, all right?
What is that supposed to
How
mean?
about you win? Oh my gosh, bro! Actually, no, I stand by what I said.
No, I will warn you.
On the 18th, Mets versus Astros versus Yankees. It's gonna be war on that show.
We need more people for that show, okay? We need to have a battle royale of a Mets fan, an Astros fan, and a Yankee fan, and then throw in some other fanhood to throw it into the brawl. We should throw that.
Don't put in a Red Sox fan.
Yes, bring in a Red Sox fan.
Screw the Red Sox.
Yes, bring bring a fucking Phillies fan with me.
Oh.
Here, let's do this. KD Trent, if you're watching this show, we know you're a Red Sox fan. Come on this show on the 18th.
Fuck.
Let's do Mets versus Yankees versus Red Sox versus Astros. There we go.
Why don't we get a Pirates fan in here, too?
Let's do it. Well, Pirates ain't doing crap.
We need to find baseball people. So anybody who's watching tonight's episode, if you want to come on the show, and if you're a diehard baseball fan that's not a Met and Yankee fan, please come on the show. We would love to have a full-on baseball war.
Yes. Drop a comment. Let us know you want to come on. We'll make sure that you're on the 18th. Just make sure that you're available at least at 9:30 p.m.
And also if you have a Zoom account and an email.
Yes, make sure you got that. As long as you have that, everything's good. We'll make sure that you're on. We can have as many people as we want on. So.
Otherwise, I will put a dildo in Sean's mouth saying how much he loves the Yankees. Look at this!
Oh, jeez.
I love it!
You know what the best thing about haters is? They can't stop talking about the teams they hate. They give you attention every single time.
And you know what's more annoying from Yankees fans is how they love to talk about the 27 World Series titles when you haven't done shit in nearly a decade. And if you love talking about it so much, you may as well just get your own program and put it on the History Channel.
Yeah, well, coming from a team that hasn't won the World Series since 1986, so what?
Oh, please. At least the Mets didn't have to buy their stars to win a goddamn World Series.
Gosh.
Hey, there's nothing saying that you can't buy anybody, though. You got the luxury tax.
Exactly.
It's like an extra 18%.
Everybody buys everything in baseball these days.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I didn't realize you had one of the biggest chunk artists as a pitcher on your team, and you give him a truckload of money. And then here's another thing. You guys were so insecure about your pitching core that you tried to trade for Jacob deGrom and Noah Syndergaard, and the Mets, of all people, denied that trade because they knew how damn good you would be with them. So you had to go in and pitch for Garrett Cole and give him $124 million. Case closed.
Oh, man.
Oh, I gotta read the baseball more.
Oh, no, $324 million. That's what the money was.
Right, but I know one thing though. It'll be a nice war on the 18th. It'll be epic. So before we take off, Sean, where can we all find you on YouTube?
You just search Big Fresh Matt. Got a YouTube channel there. I do bills and gaming and now wrestling. And you can also find me on Twitter at Big Fresh Matt. And that's pretty much it.
Awesome. Buffalo Bob, where can we find you?
And you can find me on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, right here on SoundCloud, under the name of the Buffalo Bobcast. And like I said, on Tuesday night at 8 p.m., I will be having an interview with former Islander, Ranger, Penguin, and Avalanche defenseman Darius Kasparaitis. And I will also be having Bengals superfan as part of the Major Four, Flemlo Raps, on the show right before Independence Day on July 2nd. So be on the lookout for that.
Nice. And for anyone who follows Buffalo Bob too, if you didn't have a chance this week, definitely take a look at the 2 interviews he did. The Rob Ray interview especially, that was a lot of fun to listen to. So definitely check that out.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yep. Coming for you, you fuckwad.
You asshole.
Oh, I know.
And from me too, of course, I've got the Tom Wojcik Show on YouTube. Of course, I've got SoundCloud set up. And then actually, of course, we've got our page on Facebook at facebook.com/group/HornsandHoobsENT. And of course, we've got the Twitter, Horns and Hooves Entertainment as well. And then coming soon, guys, of course, we've all seen it. We have a new website coming out pretty soon.
Yay!
Mm-hmm.
So you'll be able to see some brand new stuff with us. And of course, you get our nice little mug shots and bios and everything else. So.
Oh, speaking of mugshot, I have the best mugshot.
Yeah, but no, we actually it's a work in progress. You know, we actually have someone that's from Long Island designing our site, And we've seen some of her work so far. It's looking really good. So we're making it very easy for everyone to find us and see what we're up to. So plus you'll be able to see just a little bit of the website too. You'll get to see our latest stuff. Get a nice little blog on there. Get to see our latest episodes, different podcasts, everything. So it'll be pretty sweet.
Yeah. Oh, and one last thing. Before you guys sign off, be sure to get a pack of Dude Wipes on Amazon for $10.99. You can get a pack of 6, or you can give one to Tom, one to Sean, one to Vinny, one to Dwayne, one to Rob, and one to myself, and we can all wipe each other's asses at the same time if we're willing to share.
Yeah, well, Bobby's willing to throw a picture of him wiping his ass if you buy.
That's a lot coming from somebody who has a small dick, so let's not go from there.
Oh, dude. Not by any means, man. But
no soup for you.
You. Guys, and just a reminder, everyone, tune in. There's no show next week. Enjoy July 4th. Spend time with your family. Enjoy it. Of course, just don't forget all the people that ended up fighting for us also too. We all get our freedoms because of that. So definitely remember all that stuff. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Of course, this was episode number 5. We've got episode 6 coming up in 2 weeks on the 11th. Bobby's not going to be here, so you'll get to miss his puke little color ass for at least 2 weeks, but it's okay. But he'll be back on the 18th. We'll have our baseball war on the 18th, so definitely tune in for it. All right. In the meantime, guys, take care of yourself and each other. Have a great holiday weekend. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
You too. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Take care. Go Yankees.
Go Mets.